Hey everybody, I'm just doing a afternoon reset of the kitchen. Every day before the kids get home from school, I try to make sure that I tidy up the kitchen and the living room if need be, so that when dinner time comes, I'm not rushing around like crazy trying to get everything picked up and everything in order so that when I'm making dinner, it's not such a big deal and I'm able to do it as smoothly as possible. I do believe on this night my husband was working, so it was just me home with the kids, and I just feel like this makes it easier that I'm not trying to get so much stuff done by the time they go to bed, or even when I'm trying to get dinner ready and then putting stuff away because it's just overwhelming. So I usually do this every day in the afternoon, and it just makes it so much easier for the night. Also, there's a lot of nights where it's just me home, and then he gets home either at or after dinner. Usually it's after dinner or after the kids are in bed. So I try to just pick up as I go so that I don't have as much to do once they're in bed. Typically, when he's home, he'll bathe them and get them ready for bed, and then I'll clean up the kitchen, and it's not such a big deal. But on the nights when it's just me, I'd much rather just have it done in the afternoon if I can. This day wasn't actually that bad. I just had a couple of things I had to pick up and take care of, but there definitely are some days when the house is just wrecked. And I think I was home all day this day, so it wasn't too bad either. I was just picking up as I go. I honestly find that if I can just pick things up as I go and do the dishes as I go, it makes it so much easier than just putting everything in the sink and then having to wash everything at the end of the day. I don't really like dishes sitting in the sink any longer than they have to. We do have a dishwasher, so obviously that makes things a little bit easier. But for stuff that can't go in the dishwasher, I guess, I try to typically hand wash stuff a couple of times a day and just put it away. We also don't have a ton of counter space, so if I have stuff just laying around the counter, it just makes it so much harder if I'm trying to do anything kitchen related, because then it just gets on my nerves that everything's in the way. So just doing the dishes, putting everything away, cleaning the countertops, getting everything ready so I can wash the dishes, wipe the counters down, and then vacuum once I'm done. And it just is a nice little reset before the kids get back, and then all chaos breaks out until bedtime. Yeah, I just grabbed a little snack as I was going. These are great. They're like the great value brand of Teddy Grahams, and they're really, really good. I think I paid like $8 for 30 packages or something. The kids really like them too. So I try to make sure that there's some snacks in the pantry for the kids for school. I like to make a lot of stuff too because it's just getting so expensive to buy school snacks for the kids. So if I can find some that they'll actually eat and it doesn't go to waste. The other problem too is that they just want to snack and snack. So I have to try to juggle that, but these were great. I do find that Costco typically has like the best prices for snacks, but if I can get some cheaper at like Walmart or the grocery store, I will. I just find the grocery store now so expensive. If you're trying to get anything like snack related or even food in general, but if I can get a box like Bear Paws, for example, my youngest is obsessed with Bear Paws, and I feel like they're about $10, $11 at Costco for a huge box, and I think now they're like $5 a box at Walmart, which is just insane. I can't even imagine. But I'm just getting the dishes done now and getting everything done while my youngest sits on the chair and watches TV. I still have one home, the other two are in school. So it makes it so much easier too to get stuff done through the day. It's a lot harder when all three kids are home on the weekend, or if there's days that they're just home for whatever, professional learning days or whatever. It's obviously harder because then you're tending to three kids as well as tending to your house. But again, I feel like if you can get organized and have certain things in place to stay organized, it's so much easier than letting your space get overwhelming. And for me, the kitchen is one of those spaces. The kitchen and the bathroom are the two areas where I feel like they need to be clean pretty much all the time, or it just drives me crazy. Obviously, we live here and it's going to get messy and we're going to have to continuously keep up on it. But it is one of those spaces where I just try to make sure, if nothing else, at least the kitchen is organized and it's clean. and it's just a lot less stressful. It's also the first place that you walk into in the house. So when you're walking into a dirty or a messy kitchen, I feel like it's just instantly overwhelming. Whereas if I can kind of keep on top of it, then it's so much easier. And I've been trying to stay on top of the kids with when they have dishes, to put their dishes in the dishwasher or the sink if the dishwasher is full, and not just leaving stuff lying around, because I feel like obviously kids have a tendency that if they have a snack and they have a bowl or they have cups or whatever, they just leave them wherever they're at instead of putting them away. And then of course I get stuck with the task of putting them away, and then it becomes overwhelming. So I've been working on that, especially with my youngest, to just, when you're done, just throw it in the sink at the very least. I don't think I'll ever get tired of this view. Right now it's fall, and over on the peninsula you can see all the trees and everything turning color, and it's so beautiful to look out there and watch. And in the summer we get to look out there and watch the boats go by, and there's people just, well, out there on the water constantly in the summer. But then in the winter it freezes over and people go out there fishing and skating and stuff, and it's just such a beautiful spot. It's so open, and that's one of my favorite things about being here. Is one of those selling features of this house is being able to look out onto the water. And it's something that even now, 10 years later, I still really appreciate. I'm just wiping down the table and the chairs. These chairs get so ungodly sticky. I can't stand it. And we bought these chairs as temporary chairs when we had our table made, and we were going to get better, like, nice chairs, but the cats like pick at the chairs and the kids get stuff all over the chairs, so I haven't replaced them with a good quality chair, but I think I'm going to soon, because I don't know, I find they're hard to clean. They're not the comfiest, they're not uncomfortable, but they're not the best. And typically the kids are sitting on the bench, so we're the ones sitting in the chairs, and it would just be nice to have a really nice, comfortable chair to sit on while eating, instead of having to, I don't know, sit on those, I guess. And plus, just trying to keep them clean seems impossible. And they seem to be chipping too. But I think we paid like $30 for them at Costco when we got them. And they've held up pretty good. We've had our table for a few years now, so they've served us well. Typically the table is the last thing that I'll wipe down, and then I did vacuum after this. I don't think I filmed it though. I'm pretty sure I didn't. And I don't think I mopped this day. I don't typically mop my floors every day. As long as they're vacuumed and all the crumbs and the hair and everything is cleaned up off the floors, I'm not as anal about mopping the floors, unless of course something spills or gets sticky. But I just feel like with everything else that I have to get done in the run of a day, if the floors aren't mopped, it's fine, as long as everything is wiped down and clean. And typically I'll mop the floors every few days. And I also just hate mopping these tiles. I hate tile floor, and I can't wait to get rid of this tile. One, it's super hard on my back, but it's just so hard to clean. I feel like it's the hardest spot in the house to keep clean. You see every speck of everything, and it takes a long time to get stuff scrubbed up off the floor for whatever reason. If there's anything sticky, it's near, well, it's not impossible, but it definitely takes a lot more elbow grease to get them clean. And yes, tile are durable, and it's nice because you don't have to worry about them getting wet and ruined, but it's definitely not my ideal flooring. It's not what I would pick anywhere outside of my entranceway. And now everything is all clean, and it looks and feels so much better. I know it's not going to stay like this for long, but it feels really, really good to walk into a fresh, clean kitchen.